Hello, thanks for joining me today for part 2 of building your 72-hour hurricane kit. Today we're going to be talking about non-perishable foods that you could put in your kit. Now, granted, these are just my ideas. There is many things that are non-perishable that you can put in your kit, but this is some things that I put in my kit, and maybe it will give you some ideas for your kit. Okay. So first thing I want to start with is in the first video, part 1 of we talked about water and the containers and things like that for your water. I neglected to mention which checklist I'm going by for my Royal Rangers to use. So each of my Rangers should have gotten copies of this, the recommended kit items to put in their 72-hour kit, and this comes from the FEMA website. Okay, it is www.ready.gov. G-O-V. Okay, so it's a 2-page PDF document, and one is just a basic 72-hour kit, the water, the food, and so forth and so on. And then the second page is additional items that you might want to consider adding to your 72-hour kit, like prescription medicine and fire extinguisher, paper and pencil, things like that. We'll go over this, but it's more for you, give you ideas to modify your kit for your region or for your particular family needs. Okay, so we're going to get started with this food, non-perishable food for your kit.
Summer long here at Walmart.
There it is, Mountain House, available here at Walmart. So here are a bunch of examples of non-perishable foods that you might want to consider putting into your kit. Now, all these foods have their positives and negatives. I'll try to remember to talk about each one of them and try to keep the video as short as I can. So I'm going to start with the items that are cheapest. As you've seen in my little video, I went to Walmart, looked around, shot some quick video of different foods right on the shelf, and we'll start with the cheapest and go to the more expensive. Okay, one of the cheapest things you can buy is ramen noodles, 25 cents a pack. Also, you can get them for a little cheaper than that if you buy in bulk, and they're basically noodles with a flavor pack that you put in there as you're cooking it, and this happens to be beef flavor. Alright, same with this here. This is what I call lunch in a cup, and these are 28 cents a pack. Okay, and what's good about these is it's packaged in a cup, a styrofoam cup that you just add water to, and it's ready to go. And then when you're done, you can just, when you're done finishing the meal, you can just throw the cup away. Okay, with this you got to have some kind of container to boil the water and add the noodles, they're hard noodles, and the seasoning packet. Okay, and also with both of these you're going to need water. Alright, so they are cheap, but you're going to need a way to heat the water, some kind of stove, and you're going to need a container to cook this one in at least. Okay, and then one thing to consider also, I know this is just survival, we're just trying to survive 72 hours, but there is quite a bit of sodium in these. Okay, see if I can find it. 1,120 milligrams of sodium for this container. Okay, so I wouldn't want to eat these every day, but for surviving, it's one of the cheaper ways to go. You might have to drink a lot more water to compensate for the salt you just took in, but they are a good cheap way to go depending on your budget and what you like. Okay, and the sodium for the, let me get this on here, I'm sorry about that, 790 milligrams for this thing of beef ramen noodles. Okay, the next cheaper one that I have here on the table, that I believe I have here, is the Knorr chicken broccoli. Okay, what's nice about these is they're $1, as you saw in the video. Okay, there's many different flavors. You can get rice dishes, you can also get pasta dishes. Alright, I've seen red beans and rice. This is one of my favorites, cheddar broccoli. Okay, and there's a lot less sodium in these. Sorry about that. I'm still getting used to this camera. 570 milligrams in this packet. Okay, how many servings? Ooh, that's messed up there. That's 2.5 servings in this bag. Well, so much for the sodium. But anyways, they're only $1. You will need a container to make these in. Usually 2 cups of water. You boil the water and this in your container, and 7 minutes later it's ready to eat. Okay, and they're pretty good. I like to add something with it, like I have small cans of canned chicken. This is too large for this recipe, but just so you know, I like to add canned chicken to a lot of these things to spice it up. Alright, so that is the Knorr brand side dishes in rice or pasta. Some other things I didn't put on the table in the beginning that you cannot at Knorr are canned goods. I think this was probably 70 or 80 cents for this can of red beans. Okay, and these keep for a very, very long time. There is a ton of different canned foods that you can put. Here's some tuna fish. This is nice to have. Lots of protein in this. Lots of protein in these beans also. Okay, and then I already mentioned this canned chicken. This could be something you could add to one of these rice dishes, like I said. Okay, but the pluses to these are they keep for a very long time, longer than these other meals I've mentioned, but they are heavy and bulky. So if you're going to bug out, I hate to use the word bug out, but if you're going to evacuate your area and take a bunch of food with you, these can be pretty heavy. Okay, the next ones I want to mention are these ready meals. These are pretty convenient. This one's made by Prego, and it is a marinara and Italian sausage. This one, obviously the same company, but it says Pace on it, and it is a southwestern style chicken. Okay, it looks pretty good. Alright, these are nice because they are ready to go. Oh, you warm these up in a container and they're ready to eat. Okay, they're made for microwave, but I mean, it says microwaves in 60 seconds. Okay, so that tells me that these things are fully cooked, ready to go. They just need to be warmed up. Okay, so it doesn't need to be in this pouch. You can pour it into a container and warm it up. Or if you don't even, if for some reason you can't make a fire or you don't have a stove or something, you could probably eat this right out of the bag. Okay, no problem. It wouldn't be as good as heated up, but at least you would have some food. Now these are run about $1.94. Might as well say $2. Okay, they have, there's one pouch, is one serving. Sorry about that, I'm trying to read the thing. So one pouch is one serving, and it's got 790 milligrams of sodium. Still a little high, 33% of your daily, but we're just trying to survive. You know, you're not eating this every day. Probably you'll lose a lot of salt from sweating after the storm. So this is a good option for you, or these type of meals that are ready to go. You open them up, warm them up, and eat them. Here's another style meal that you could put in your kit. From my video you saw the Mountain House, and this is very similar to Mountain House. This is called Wise Company, but it's the same type of meal. These meals are dehydrated. Okay, this is savory stroganoff, and basically you add, I think on this one, 2 cups of water. You boil 2 cups of water, open the pouch, pour in the water, stir it up, reseal it, and let it sit for about 15 minutes, and then the food rehydrates off of the hot water. Okay, in my personal opinion, a lot of people eat these. A lot of people love them, especially hikers who want to go ultra light and be able to carry a lot of food with them. They just use the water that they get at their location to rehydrate these. But in my personal opinion, they don't taste as good as something like this. Okay, like these Knorr sides. Okay, they don't taste as good to me, but everybody has their own taste buds. You might like them. The downside to them is that they are more expensive. Okay, so this one, I don't remember how much we paid for these, but the ones at Walmart I saw for $4.82. Okay, and that's the cheapest I've ever seen them. They're usually up over $5-6. Okay, but that would be a more expensive route, or these things. Okay, so before you put them in your kit though, I would take one and make it at home and see how you like it. Alright, but you can definitely survive off of these types of meals. This one is a beef stroganoff. This one happens to be a cheesy lasagna. And surprisingly, these last a long time. I forgot to mention that. Look at that. This one was made in 2012, and it's good until 2019. So it won't be much longer I'll have to use these. I'm not going to take it right up to that date. But you can see there they last a lot longer than these cheap meals here. These only last probably a year or less. Okay, so that's something to take into account. Now I kind of skipped one before the Mountain House meals. I should have mentioned Spam. Spam is a canned meat. Okay, a lot of people don't like it. The regular Spam, like I showed in the video, is very salty to me tasting. I don't like a lot of salt. As you can tell, I've been mentioning that throughout the whole video. But this is a little bit more palatable for me. If you need some meat, this is good fried. You can slice it up and fry it. You could put it into some beans. Okay, I've done that before with lima beans. I've cut this up and put it in there as my ham. Okay, so let's see, there's 6 servings. There's 6 servings in this can, and there's 580 milligrams of sodium. So that tells you, even the light 25% sodium is still pretty salty stuff. Okay, but I have to mention it because it is something we can survive on. This is something you can put in your kit so you can have some meat. Alright, and they last quite a long time. I don't remember when I purchased this, but it's good until May 2017. I've had it for at least a year. So this is something that's not going to go bad right off the bat, okay, that you invest in. So here it is, Spam. Now here's something we cannot ignore. Things like this, instant grits. They're real convenient. They come in these little individually wrapped papers. I'm sure everybody's seen them. Also instant oatmeal in different flavors. Okay, I can't tell you how much these are. I just went and pulled this out of my hurricane kit in the back. But they last a long time and they're easy to make. Basically add hot water to the amount that they tell you. There's instructions on each packet. Okay, season it how you like it, and it's good to go. All right, you just need water, and you need some kind of way of making fire, either a camp stove or an emergency stove or something like that. Okay, so I don't have any instant oatmeal with me. I ate all of it. So I need to go buy another box of this stuff. But this is really something that's good in a kit, is instant oatmeal or instant grits like this in the box and in the individual envelopes. Okay, so I'm going to mention a couple of foods here that you could put into your kit that will help you with your 72 hours and make it a little bit better. A lot of us are coffee drinkers. Not a lot of you rangers, but a lot of you adults out there like to drink coffee. And these are instant coffee packets. They're nice and convenient in these little individual servings here, okay? Now I know it's not as good as the real coffee, okay? Definitely, I feel you there. But it's better than no coffee. So these last a long time before they expire, whereas regular coffee tends to go bad after a while if you keep it in there in your kit too long. Okay, so these are nice. They're packable if you need to hit the road and get out of town. They keep good in your kit, and they're easy to make. Just use hot water and put your creamer and sugar in there as you want it, to your taste. Okay, so, and some of you people out there are hot tea drinkers. This I got at my local grocery store for, I think it was a little over $3. There's 20 tea bags in here, and different, it's like a variety pack. You can see the different ones that are in there. All right, and this will be something that you could drink that would give you, I don't know, just make your survival just a little bit easier if you need to. Okay, if you need your coffee or your tea. All right. Okay, so that's the list of foods that I have for you to give you ideas for your kit. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, there is a lot more options out there for your kit, but these are just some things to give you some ideas of what's out there, and you can find lots of other options probably if you look around really good. One other thing I want to mention before we sign off is, if you're going to use canned goods in your kit, make sure that you pack a can opener, okay, in your kit. You may not be able to reach where your kitchen is. Maybe your house is damaged too badly and you can't get to the kitchen to get to a can opener. So pack a can opener in your hurricane kit if you're going to use canned goods. It may be even a good idea to have a can opener in there in case you know, let's say the rescue helpers do drop off canned goods. Well, you're going to need a can opener in order to open that, okay? All right. If you don't like to pack that, then just make sure that you get cans that all have pull tops on it, like this Spam can, okay? And then you won't need a can opener to get to your food. So that's it for today. We'll remind all you Royal Rangers who are watching this to be ready for anything. And that's what this kit is all about, helping prepare your family in case there is an emergency. We hope that there is never an emergency where we'll have to really use this stuff, but as a Royal Ranger you should always be ready for the unexpected. So thank you for watching. Have a great day, and if you like what you've seen, please subscribe to my channel. I'll put a little button for you to click, and just follow me, and I try to put out as many of these videos as I can. So I really appreciate it. Have a great day.